Hello, in this video we're going to take a look at creating a new file on our website using TeamSite. To start off with, make sure that you've opened a new TeamSite session. A common problem is to have a session open from months ago with an expired password, and if that is the case, you will have all sorts of problems that you just can't figure out. So if you have not just logged into TeamSite this session, make sure that you log out and log back in so that you can rule out any password expiration problems. Now that you've done that, let's go ahead and create a new file. To start off, we're going to click on File and choose New Form Entry. And you'll be presented with a screen that asks you to choose the template group that you want to work with. So we're going to use the Sutter Health Content Template group. And now we get this very basic looking form. Before we can move on, we have to fill in some very basic information that's required to save the form at all. For starters, you need to enter in your metadata keywords. We will just use the words test and page, and then your metadata description. So this is a test page only. For author, I'll put in my name. I like to use the International Convention for Dates, which is day, month, year, without extra characters. Any content page on the website needs to be associated with a section, so for the purposes of this test, we will associate our file with the About Us section, and that just helps the template figure out how to arrange the navigation. The last thing that we'll need is a page title, which will be test only. Now that we have the minimum amount of content in the form, we can start setting the form settings and saving it. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is choosing the exact template. In this case, we'll use no anchor template, but obviously you can choose any of these other types of templates. Although bottom frame, side frame, and top frame should be only used if that's specifically what you're working with and you're an advanced user. Now we're going to select an output file. So we'll start off by opening the htdocs folder. And since we're associating our test with the About Us section, we'll put the file in the About file or folder. And the file name will just be test.html. Click OK. Click OK. Now we'll use the form to generate the file. And what we're going to be asked to do first is to save the form. So the form and the generated HTML file are saved in TeamSite separately. And here you can see that there's already a folder open that we can save this form in. But in TeamSite, we do try to organize the forms that we save by template type. So in this case, it's a no anchor template that we're using. So we'll save it in the no anchor folder. And we'll start off using the section as a prefix, and then just the name test, which is our file name. Now that we've done that, TeamSite will generate the file and open a preview. So as you can see, since we chose the About Us section, the side nav has the About Us side navigation, and there's a nice big open space where we can put all of our content later. Bear in mind that the side and top navigation data are controlled separately using a separate utility. So just because you add a file to a section, it will not automatically appear in that section's side navigation. Now that we've got all that done, we can go ahead and click on Finish. At this point, you'll be able to either submit your file now or submit it later. We'll choose Submit Now and just click Next on the following screen. And then finally, how do you want to deploy your file? Since this is a test, we will deploy it to public station only. If we wanted to make it live on the website right now, we could choose Deploy Now. If we want it to go live on a specific date and time, we can set that up as well. So we'll click on Finish. And this will now generate and upload the file, to both the form file and the HTML file, to public staging. If we go into the About section, we can now see in public staging our test HTML file. And if we wanted to edit that, it would go back and open the form that we just created for us to edit again. And when we were done, we could click Finish, and we would be prompted to regenerate and resubmit the file. So that is how to use TeamSite to create a new HTML file for content on your website.